everyone, it's Eileen here. I hope you're all doing wonderful. It's been a while, I know, I'm sorry for that, but we've just been so busy here at Spirit Tropical Healing. We're moving house soon. We'll be getting a new office space, working with a lot of clients too. On top of that, you guys have been great, and helping you all, you know, through the consultations, through Skype and phone, and then emailing you guys and hearing your stories and everything that you've been going through has really touched my heart. And I just feel more inspired than ever to just continuing with this healing mission and helping all of you out to get your wellness back and to get your health back, to live the life of your dreams and to follow all your aspirations and goals. Because with illness and with disease, I know it can put a stop in our tracks. You know, our mind and our heart could be filled with so much passion and spirit, but sometimes the body or even the mental body just won't respond, and it'll almost feel like your mind, heart, and body, they're not on the same team, you know. So this is what we do. We want to detox the body as deep as possible, as best as possible, beyond just the disappearance or bettering of our symptoms. We want to dig really deep to completely heal any health problems or any diseases that you have. So it's been a real pleasure working with all of you these past few weeks, and I'm really excited to see many of you heal, and many of you have made so much progress. I'm honestly impressed with your dedication that you've put to this. I'm working with one gentleman. Oh wow, he is amazing. He knows who he is. I won't mention any names, but you know, him and his wife, they've been traveling. You know, they've been to Ecuador, they've been to the rainforest, all that, and during all this time they've been 100% raw, even in the cold and in the rain, even when, you know, like they're shivering and they don't have any heat, they've still been raw. And then this gentleman, the husband, oh my god, he's been dry fasting. He's been doing orange juice fasting for many weeks. He's been really digging deep. And then I finally had a chance to look at his case. Oh my god, his irises have changed dramatically in just the span of a few months. Now normally iridologists, you know, like myself, like I recommend getting an iris analysis update, you know, after detoxing. Like, you know, you get your original iris photos before you start detoxing, and then you wait like 6 months or so to get your irises reanalyzed and to see major changes. But he saw major changes in half that time, so I'm so proud of him. He's doing amazing work on his health. But yeah, I wanted to take this chance today to go over some questions. I know it's been a while since my last Q&A, and honestly, I think it's because I'm kind of like a perfectionist. I always want these videos to be super high quality. I want to be like in a super peppy, cheerful mood, and I'm slowly learning to let go of, you know, the perfectionist mental chatter slowly, you know. But I feel like this tendency that I've had throughout all my life has been the reason why I've, you know, studied really hard and have become, you know, well knowledgeable and very passionate in everything that I do. And then my strong innate desire to help people has been the driving force of that. So I always want to present myself in a professional way to all of you, but at the same time, I also want to show you all, you know, my personality. I'm a real human being. I have quirks and all that stuff. So expect some changes to be coming soon to this channel. With our new office space, I'll be able to film in a much better setting with better lighting, better sound, all those things. And yeah, it should be fantastic. But for right now, I thought I'd turn on the camera and not let that stop me from answering some of your questions. Okay, so here's the first question. This one was posted on YouTube about a week ago. So let's see here. So this person says, hello, I hope you can give me some help/guidance. About 5 days ago, I started having very weird symptoms. They usually start in the evening about 9 to 10 p.m., most problematic in evening, night, and morning time. My face, head, neck heat up very much, and my limbs get very hot and tingling numb. I feel pressure above my eyeballs and eyes get tired. I have this crazy pressure and pain like in upper neck area, and I feel pressure like in the brain, like it's going to explode literally. Okay, so stopping right there, that is quite common in that I do see many cases have like this explosion of symptoms at nighttime. And here's the reason why. Throughout the day, we're eating, we're consuming, we're moving our bodies around, we're building up acids, and you can see that explosion at night because it's the end of the day after producing all these cellular waste, after doing activity. Like even the simple act of breathing produces waste, and all of our cells produce waste. But also when it comes to digestion, if you're not breaking down your food properly but you're still eating like 3 times a day, if you're not eliminating well, if it's still stuck and you know all those obstructions build up, then you can see symptoms like this: face, head, neck heating up, limbs getting hot, tingling and numb, pressure behind eyeballs and eyes get red at the end of the day. So I'm speaking to the fact that this person is getting these symptoms at the end of the day. But again, with these symptoms, I'm really getting a sense that it's just a lot of congestion in the head area with their face and neck heating up very much. Heating is a sign of acidosis, major acidity in the body. If the skin is hot to the touch, if you feel flushed, you know, so pressure above my eyeballs and eyes get red. Now that is a very serious sign. If anyone has that, it is major acidosis and congestion in the brain, but to the point where it's affecting the eye tissue, getting red, and any type of pressure behind the eyeballs, you know that there's major acidity in the brain area. That can lead to, you know, damage being done to the brain, since acids burn. This is chemistry we're talking about, and acids always burn the tissue of the human body wherever it's located. Whether it's located in the lungs, you get scarring in the lungs. Whether it's located in the colon, you get inflammation and deterioration in the colon. This person is experiencing everything in their head area, but we want to drain this out of the head area. You never want these types of symptoms or congestion to last too long in the brain, because with time, acid staying in the same place stagnant with time always leads to deterioration of the tissue, you know, and worse problems: memory loss, dementia, Alzheimer's, brain lesions. These are all serious things. And the brain is essential to keeping the body alive. So we want to drain this all out. And I don't say any of this to scare any of you, but I like to tell the truth and give it as it is. Once we know the root cause of things, then we can empower ourselves to heal ourselves, because this is all very healable with the diet and the herbs, okay? So pressure in the brains, like it's going to explode. So it's locked up in that head area. Very bad sleep during those days because it's almost impossible. I wake up in the night a couple of times and my head neck is paining terrible, like a lot of pressure in the brain zone. Eyes feel like protruding and looking red. Red in the eyes is a sign of acidosis. Red veins in the white sclera is a sign of acidosis. I'm actually scared. What is going on? Okay, so since you're feeling it in the head and the neck, I would say pretty much once you're congested in the head, you can guarantee that you are congested from head to toe. The congestion builds up in the body and rises. And then once you start to see symptoms here, well then that means not only are you congested in the head, you're also congested in the neck, you're congested in the chest, the lungs, the stomach, the GI tract, the kidneys, everything. The lymph waste has built all the way up there. So yeah, it's gonna take time to pull this out. I'm actually scared what is going on. Cold water seems to help, and this almost goes away in the day. Cold water seems to help because that is a detoxification tool that you're using, and detox tools can be really beneficial to helping relieve detox symptoms, because with detox symptoms comes up the returning of the weaknesses, like they make themselves known during detox. So detox tools like cold water, alternating hot, cold, and water in the shower can be beneficial when it comes to relieving any types of pains, because with this variance of temperatures, varying temperatures, hot, cold, you can start to move the lymphatic system and start pumping it. And with the movement of the lymph system comes the movement of acids. So they're not stuck in one place, stagnant, burning up the tissue. They start to circulate, you know. Of course, we want these acids out by seeing them come out physically through your urine, through kidney filtration that must be achieved during detox to heal. Also, cold water, it helps with pain situations because cold water is naturally alkaline. Heat is an acidic condition. Heat, just like she was describing, or she or he, I don't know who this is, but they have heat in their head and their face because it's highly acidic. So cold water helps because it's alkaline. So that's really good. I recommend for anyone that has like any irritations, rashes on their skin, or any type of pain and inflammation, put like a cold compress on it, and that could also help it go away. Also, alkaline herbs helps it go away as well. On the evening, it starts again, and I just suffer immensely till the morning. I also get chills. Okay, on the evening. Body temperature and blood pressure is in the normal range. Could it be brain tumor or something like meningitis? Please help me, I'm really scared, thank you. Don't be scared. This is all just acidosis. Now, I don't know your case completely. I would need more information. If you have a genetic family history of brain tumors, then it might be a brain tumor, you know, a genetic disposition to that, but more than likely it's not going to be a brain tumor, you know. I don't know how long you've been having these issues for. If you've had these issues going on for a long time, then it's very serious. But if it's something that's been recent, within the few years, then, you know, more than likely it's nothing extremely serious, but it can get more serious if you let it get to that point. So for you, I recommend go on astringent fruits. I'm not sure if you're detoxing right now or what your diet looks like, but if you're getting these symptoms, like detox symptoms, if you're on fruits and taking herbs and things like that, then these are just problems that you have to face head on. You know, in the detox process, you will be met with detoxification symptoms that may be unpleasant, but it's the body's way of expectorating, and it's the body's way of reversing illness, because it's going backwards in reversing itself, okay? If you're not on a raw detox diet, then get on one immediately, because these are not good signs. Limbs getting hot, tingling, numb, that right there, any extremities getting tingly, that's pointing to major congestion along the spine and going up to the neck and the head. So from what I'm seeing with these symptoms, you have just all this congested, this is congested, and along down the spine is very congested. So understandably so, you'll be having difficulty sleeping because of the pain, but also difficulty sleeping might be because you have maybe a pineal gland weakness disrupting your sleep, or if you have insomnia type symptoms, it's from that. But then that would also make sense because of the head congestion, and that gland is located in the head. What I recommend for you, a really good detox tool, would be doing the neural lymphatic massage points down your back. And I actually have an article on my website called One Simple and Effective Tool to Add to Your Detox, and it explains how to do this neurolymphatic massage, and it's perfect. It's amazing. People really underestimate the power of this this massage, but it's amazing and very simple to follow. Pretty much you're just gonna take 2 fingers or knuckles or whatever and go in a clockwise motion down the spine, starting from the back of the head, going down the neck and going down the spine, and then going down to the base of the spine. What this does is it starts to drain the lymphatic congestion from the head area and from the neck and from the spine, to then be filtering out down and being pulled down to the kidneys. So I mentioned kidney filtration. To rid yourself of these issues, you're going to have the mentality of expectoration. You want to expectorate, whether that's going to be in the form of getting mucus out of your mouth, your throat, getting mucus out of your sinuses, your ears, your eyes, every opening. Expectorating in the form of really cleaning out the colon. So the colon is connected to the head. The head can be considered the branches of the tree, and then the colon is the trunk of the tree. So you want to clean out the colon for the head area to drain as well. And then you want to see, absolutely must see, kidney filtration. And this will look like sediment in your urine, mucus in your urine, and this comes about when you follow the raw foods diet and follow the cleansing diet. To get rid of head congestion, it can be tricky in some people, but with persistence you can do it, and you can start to feel better. Almost immediately you can start to feel better. So focus on astringent fruits, citrus, melons, grapes, berries. Those are the top healing foods. And then you can also do things like apples, pears, peaches, mangoes, melons. Like there's a huge variety of different fruits out there that have that astringent power to help pull this mucus out. If you don't get mucus out of your body, and if you don't get this acidosis out, you'll still have these issues, and they'll only get worse, okay? So I don't know if you're on any herbs right now, but I would recommend definitely in a case like yours to go on the upper circulation herbal formula, the brain and nerve number 2 formula, to start inspiring blood, nerve, and lymph flow to the head area, to get those herbs there. If you do have any brain lesions, they'll start to heal and clear up, okay? I recommend a lymphatic formula, a kidney formula, probably an adrenal gland formula, because it sounds like you're so acidic that your adrenal glands might be so low because the adrenals produce those anti-inflammatory steroids, and it seems like maybe your body doesn't have those adrenal glands functioning to where they can put the fire out for you. Hence why you have like the redness in your eyeballs and your face getting very hot. So yeah, I would recommend that. Let's see what else. Yeah, I would need to know more about your case to give you more of, I guess, a protocol or recommendations, but I feel like I did cover, at least the basics from that. So yeah, thank you for your question. I hope you found it helpful, and you can heal. You really can heal. I myself experienced symptoms like this when I was sick, and I was able to heal and reverse them. So you can heal this way through detoxification. Okay, let's go on to the next question. Okay, so this person said, "Someone please help me. I'm eating raw fruits now again. This is my day 7. Well, some days I'll have a little bit of raw cauliflower. For the first time, I'm using herbs, kidneys, and bladder number 1, upper circulation, parasite M. My problem is that I feel so tired, like I'm afraid that I'm gonna pass out, literally. Today I have felt like I need to remind myself to breathe. I'm not even taking the full dosage. So I guess I just wanted to know, is this really safe? Is it getting better? I haven't got any flu-like symptoms or anything like that. And what would happen if I would go and have some cooked food? Is it safe to use herbs and not be 100% raw? Okay, so from what you're saying here, it sounds like you're detoxing and you're starting to really see these detoxification symptoms. Now, people, if they're coming from a diet of cooked foods, of stimulating foods, and then they go on a fruit diet or a raw foods diet, you have to understand that those cooked foods, salty foods, savory foods, meat foods gave a false sense of energy in the body. They were stimulating to the adrenal glands. Like even with highly seasoned foods, that salt intake, that can just boost your adrenal glands to give you that temporary feeling of energy. Same thing goes with caffeine. Same thing goes from the meats, the meat and animal products, because the animals, they release hormones as they're dying. So it gives you that false sense of like adrenaline rush when consuming animal products. So now that you're eating raw foods and fruits, your body's really showing you the level of adrenal weakness you actually have, because now there's nothing to stimulate them. So they've just gone like this. You know, that's why you feel tired all the time. Now, to add to your protocol, then I would recommend an adrenal formula. Whether that'll be herbal or glandular, I'm not sure, because I don't know what your blood pressure looks like. I don't know how many other symptoms you have going on. And I also don't know your history, like everything that you've been through, as well as how the adrenal gland section looks like when examining your eyes. So I would have to know that to see, but right off the bat, it couldn't hurt to take at least one adrenal formula just to help with that. You said that you feel like you're going to pass out literally. That's how fatigued you are. That's the adrenals. But also, you need to remind yourself to breathe. Now that tells me that that's a pretty serious case. When people have trouble breathing, whether they forget to breathe or they have a hard trouble taking a deep breath, or whether they feel pain when they breathe in deep, that's a very serious issue. That's pointing to more of a neurological issue. So the nervous system is connected to the lungs. It helps us breathe. That's the autonomic nervous system, right? So, and it also ties back to what I was saying before about the weak adrenal glands. The nervous system's also tied to the adrenal glands as well. So the adrenal glands produce neurotransmitters that actually affect breathing. So this is what's going on here, definitely 100%. So I would, you mentioned you're on the upper circulation formula. I would also include a brain and nerve formula right there as well. These formulas will help you. Not only will they heal your glands and organs that are down during the healing process, but they'll also help you with your detox symptoms, with your fatigueness, with your inability to like really be able to breathe, you know? Because I know that can get scary. I myself experienced that a lot. Back when I had fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, all those things, I had like a list of like hundreds of symptoms. And one of them was I would always forget to breathe. Like you would think like that's such an automatic response that people don't have to think about breathing. But those with weakened nervous systems, you can, if you encounter anyone or if any of you have experienced that, you'll know what it feels like. You can actually realize like, hang on, I haven't actually taken a breath in the past few minutes. Like, what's wrong with me, you know? And then that's when you start getting low oxygen levels. You know, oxygen is necessary for life. And then that can be a little scary because people can also have fatigue coming from lack of oxygen. In those types of cases, you usually see things like heart arrhythmias or tachycardias, because then the thyroid pumps up the heart to then pump blood for the cells to receive more oxygen throughout the system. Otherwise, they would die, you know? So the body's always trying to keep you alive. And then symptoms like this, they tell us what's going on within so we can heal it. So symptoms are, you know, signs. They're blessings in disguise. Your body's just trying to help you heal. So they go on and say, I'm not even taking the full dosage. So I guess I just wanted to know, is this really safe? Is it getting better? Yes, it is safe. It's just your body revealing the weaknesses that you have. Like I said before, once you come off of stimulating foods, you'll actually see how healthy your body really is. You know, society, like, you know, it's a stress-filled society, and there's so many demands being thrown at us each day, like 9-to-5 job, take care of kids. You know, we don't really have time to just chill and lounge around all day, unfortunately. But originally, our tropical species, we did nothing but that. We were pretty much just hanging around, just eating fruits off of fruit trees, and, you know, we didn't really have too many physical demands or the high level of stress that we have today. So it was more of like a Garden of Eden type energy going on. And then the downfall, you know, and then the diseases came up and all that stuff. So yeah, so I think that what's going to be best for you is to you're going to have to probably slow down a little bit on some herbs if you feel like immediately upon taking them you feel extremely weak or you feel like you can't breathe. You can lower the dosage down a little bit, and then as your body starts to clear up more congestion and the glands will strengthen up with the diet and with some other herbs, then you can increase your dosage later on when you feel comfortable, right? So is it getting better? Definitely. There's no way that the body is getting worse on this type of cleanse, on detox, because detox is the true way to heal illness. So I know sometimes, like, you'll be in the middle of your detox and then you'll feel worse than when you started, and then you might be thinking like, man, does this even work? Like, I'm having my doubts. I feel worse. Like, what if my body's actually deteriorating and falling apart and getting worse? I've been there, trust me, and no, it's just the process that the body goes through. Like, it'll get worse before it gets better all the time, but just keep on hanging in there, and then you'll see it to the other side. You'll see yourself completely healed. Then this person asks, and what would happen if I would go and have some cooked food? Is it safe to use herbs and not be 100% raw? Okay, so you can also slow your detox down with some cooked foods if it's absolutely necessary. However, I always recommend, like, just keep on going. You want to start expectorating. You said that you haven't had flu-like symptoms. If you're not expectorating, then this could also be a reason why you're feeling this way. Acids and toxins could just be recirculating in your system and you not having expectorated out. So I would say keep on going strong with the fruits, you know, astringent fruits, like I said before, oranges, grapes, melons, and do some detox tools, you know, like, in order to give yourself a cold and flu-like symptoms to start expectorating, you may need to, you know, get into a sauna, do that neural lymph massage that I also mentioned in the last case, do hot and cold therapy, do dry skin brushing. Things like that will help your body eliminate and expectorate. Now, to cover the last question, it's 100% safe to use the herbs when you're not 100% raw. The herbs will have some effect on your body, some healing effect, whether you're raw or not. However, when you're raw, you see more of their strength and more of their detoxifying power, which is why I guess it would be a kind of a waste if you were not eating any raw foods and then only taking the herbs. I think that you can definitely see their true healing potential when consuming raw foods, because the raw foods is where the energy lies, the electrical energy to turn on the glands, and then also it's a cleansing diet. So the herbs can more readily penetrate all the cells because congestion is being released. The digestion is, the energy from digestion is not So my camera died, but it's cool. You know, I pretty much answered that question. I was saying how it is a little bit of a waste if you're just consuming 100% cooked foods and then you're taking the herbs, because you want that astringency. You want that astringent power from the foods. But at the same time, you can still see results from taking the herbs by themselves while eating cooked foods. I mean, but if you're looking to heal your body, truly heal, the power lies in the raw foods, and then coupled with the herbs, boom, you can heal anything. You can heal all weaknesses with those two things. So I hope that answered your question. It was a really good question. All of your questions are honestly very, very amazing. And I'm glad to help you guys out with them. Okay guys, back. I'm going to pull up a question here that I had saved for a while on my laptop to make sure that I covered it in the next Q&A video, because this is a very good question that I get asked a lot, you know, and cleared up a lot. So here it goes. Hello, I discovered you recently and I love your information so far. Do you still suggest vegan diet and high sugar diet if a person has parasites, Candida overgrowth, SIBO? How would you deal with that, and what are the root causes in your opinion? That is an amazing question. So there's this misconception where people think that it's sugar, and particularly fruit sugar, that causes bacterial overgrowth, Candida, to spread, to react, you know, to proliferate, and nothing can be further from the truth. In actuality, bacteria are healthy to have. Our human body runs on bacteria. Beneficial bacteria in like decent amounts is amazing for breaking down digested matter, for doing so many different things in the digestive tract. Now, the problem becomes is whenever you see overgrowths, whenever you see Candida, whenever you see small intestinal bacterial overgrowth like SIBO, you have to ask yourself, why are the bacteria there in larger numbers? Why are they there? Now, if you look at the role of the bacteria, you'll see it's not the bacteria's fault. The bacteria actually are there to try and break down the putrefying matter in the gut, whether that's in the small intestine, whether that's anywhere, you know? So what I recommend is cleaning up the terrain. If you clean up the terrain, like in Candida cases, the terrain is very acidic, mucousy, putrefying. If you clean up the terrain, clean all that acidosis and mucus out, the bacteria levels will fluctuate and then balance out. The problem doesn't lie in bacteria, and if any doctor tells you otherwise, it's completely false. You should never take any antibiotic to kill off bacteria, to rid yourself of these health issues, because you're going to destroy the good bacteria too. You're going to suppress the lymphatic system too, suppress the glands. Then you're going to have drug deposits, medication deposits. Then you're going to have to deal with side effects from that. And it's a vicious cyclical cycle. So what I recommend for anyone, and I've seen this in so many of my clients, it's so common nowadays to see Candida and bacterial overgrowth. It's insane. Almost every single person that comes to me has it. And the only way that they heal is through this diet. So the fruit diet, when you start following it, yeah, you'll see detox symptoms from that. As you begin to expectorate, these bacteria will start to get stirred up a little bit. Candida symptoms may show themselves, may turn its ugly face around one last time before it heals. But that goes with any detox symptom. If you're trying to heal migraines and headaches, guess what? One day, boom, you'll get a detox symptom of the worst migraine of your life. It's the act of pulling on the lymphatic waste and acids that then, you know, you really see the weakness come out. So I would say that the diet that's excellent for resolving Candida will be a detoxifying diet. And when you look at all the foods available to us, what's the most detoxifying? The foods that are hydrating, the foods that are astringent, the foods that are high in nutrition, the foods that allow expectoration, that have the electricity and the power to cleanse the body. You don't find that in meats, you don't find that in dairies, you don't find that in yogurts. You know, I hear of people putting yogurt up there in their heinies to heal Candida. No, don't do that. Yogurt is mucus forming. You can't do that. The best way to do it, go on the fruit diet, start moving the lymph, start cleaning the terrain. Once you start cleaning the colon, clean up the colon. Since this is a small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, you'll want to go on a colon cleansing formula to pull that out. And you know what? Anytime I see things like that, high fungal issues, high fungal cases, I see a lot of sulfur in the middle of the eyes. Especially if someone has blue eyes, green eyes, you know, stuff like that. You can see it very clearly. It'll be yellow around there. Oftentimes, people with Candida problems come from a history of taking, so many medications, so many antibiotics for other issues, but they've already, you know, locked their lymph system like that with all the sulfur medications that it just creates more obstructions to invite more bacteria in there, to invite Candida, to invite fungus. Sulfur is one of the biggest fungal proliferators around, and you get sulfur from antibiotics and medications. So yeah, in cases like that, it can be very difficult to detox sulfur out, I'm not gonna lie, because sulfur likes to stick, especially to the bowel wall. But you have to be consistent in, you know, take these formulas, the stomach and bowel formula and the GI broom formula. Those have the herbs and the power to actually clean the colon, not just outside, not just on the walls of the colon, but interstitially inside the walls, where the true problem lies. That's where the true problem lies in cases like these. So that's the actual root cause, and that's how I would deal with it. And you would want to just open up all the channels of elimination, because for every different case, you still have the basics of how to heal the body. Elimination through the lungs, through the skin, through sweating, breathing, coughing, sneezing, through getting the kidneys to filter, through cleaning out the colon, seeing mucus, mucoid plaque come out, old stools come out, parasites come out, all these things. The act of healing is an act of expectoration. And then after that comes regeneration of tissue, which is possible through detoxification. So I hope that answered your question. Yeah, it's very good. And you know, people have the same issue with diabetes. They say you gotta avoid sugar, and then they think that fruit sugar equals to sugar, when it's far from the truth. Like, sugar can worsen conditions, but we're only talking about processed sugars like cookies and cakes and breads, things like that. Of course, you must eliminate, but fruit sugar is natural sugar that our bodies need. Our bodies need simple sugars to even run. That's where our energy comes from. That's where our brain power comes from. That's what gives power to the nervous system. You can't survive on an anti-sugar diet. You'll realize that you'll start to crash, and you can't maintain that diet either. It's very harmful. The body needs natural sugars in order to thrive. So yeah, with diabetes too, they say, oh, watch out for the sugar. Now, why is that? Well, because of the glucose loading. When someone starts to detox with the fruits, their blood sugars may go up a little bit, but guess what? If they kept on going, in a few days time, it just balances out. It's just that people get so scared, and then they have the doctors fear-mongering them, saying, watch out for the fruit sugar, here's meat and vegetables instead. That's not going to heal. That's never going to heal any case, or it's diabetes or Candida. You know, I get frustrated and worked up because I get cases like when they've already gone through the medical route and they've already tried everything else, they come to me, they finally heal on this advice, on the detox advice. It's amazing. It's amazing, but I can't convince anyone otherwise. When people are ready to accept this information and ready to make the changes themselves to heal, then that's when they're successful. Because otherwise, I can't really, you know, we all have free will. I can't force you to do this, to change and see things my way. I can only offer advice and wisdom and experience from what I've seen. So thank you for your question. I think it's very important that this issue was addressed in this video. Sorry if I came across a little spicy there, but it makes me mad because doctors and the whole educational system and the pharmaceutical industry is really messed up, and they've really like ingrained these false lies into people's brains to make them scared of fruit sugar. And it turns my gears, you know, because fruits has only healed my life completely, and all the beautiful souls that I've worked with. So that was a wonderful question. Thank you. Now, the last question that I'm going to go through, because I don't have much time, like I said, we're still moving things, and we're going to have to move some more things into our new place really soon after I get off this video, and I still have some client cases to go through tonight. But here's the last question. I'm sure you're busy, but if you have the time, do you mind giving me your take on the medical medium healing and thyroid healing book by him that I'm seeing all over social media? Something seems similar to Dr. Morse and some different. Would love your thoughts. Thank you. So yeah, there's a big confusion with that. Now, medical medium, he has great stuff to say. Any educator that's focused on raw foods for healing, I commend. You know, I'm glad to see people talking about this and spreading more awareness. And definitely there's a lot, like most of the population is not going to go for a drastic change like detoxification, where the true power lies. I really see detox as the ultimate level of healing. Like, it's on the top of the mountain because you really address all the root causes with a 100% raw astringent diet. And then medical medium would be somewhere down here, which it's still healing, but to a certain extent, because medical medium's protocol, you know, he still recommends potatoes, he still recommends certain veggies, and for really advanced cases, like those with weakened nervous systems, those with degeneration, honestly, anything with cooked foods, it's not going to cut it. You have to dig deeper. That's just no ifs, ands, and buts. So most of the population can more readily take on the medical medium protocol because it's not as strict, which, you know, anything. I recommend anything to get people to eat more raw foods, which is fantastic, and to eat vegan foods, which is amazing, you know. But at the same time, I see so many people online, they've been on the medical medium protocol for 2 years now and they still haven't healed. That's like a big red flag, because with detoxification they would have already healed their issues, you know. They're stubborn in their way of thinking that, oh, I'm just healing at a much slower rate. No. You can plateau as the body does with, you know, like, yeah, a lot of people coming from a medical medium diet, they're coming from a diet of cooked foods, they're coming from a diet of like cooked animal foods, processed foods, you know, not aware of like eating healthy. But then when they go to the medical medium diet, then they're all of a sudden eating much healthier than before, and they may see some improvements, but eventually the body plateaus, because you have to dig deeper into the cells interstitially, pulling of the lymphatic system, pulling the acids out, the parasites out, all this stuff. And honestly, only raw foods can do that. Cooked foods have no astringent power. Cooked foods do not have the power to pull on the lymph. So for serious cases, if you've been on the medical medium protocol for a while, you have to step it up a notch to the next level of detoxification, meaning let go of the cooked foods and take on the herbs and do fasting. Do things like grape fasting, watermelon fasting, Orange fasting is amazing. Incorporate some dry fasting in there to get the kidneys to filter. Incorporate the herbs to actually see mucus come out of your bowels. I don't see medical medium talking about things like this. I see him more as recommending like eat blueberries to help your adrenal glands, or take celery to help your stomach, take this for this, take that for that. And that mentality is very attractive to people in our society today, because think about it, people are so used to taking a medication or taking a supplement to help them with their one health issue, not realizing that the body is holistic. Everything is connected to each other. If you're going to go after your health, you have to go after all of it. And I see people overeating on the medical medium protocol, thinking that if they get in as much of the foods that he recommends as possible, that they'll heal those organs. When in actuality, it's simplicity. Sometimes it takes not eating anything at all but one type of fruit, or not eating anything at all, to really dig deep into the body to heal, you know? Eating sweet potatoes and potatoes is not going to heal the pancreas, for example. What will heal the pancreas is astringent foods that pull on the acids and congestion in that area to then create the alkaline environment to then regenerate the tissue, you know? Another thing about medical medium that I don't personally agree with is the fact that he's blaming everything on a virus. Now, virus or not, whether that's true or not, it should never come from a mentality of attacking. You should never want to attack or destroy a pathogen or a virus. That is medical thinking, which, you know, it's funny, his name is medical medium. When it comes to natural healing and naturopathy and, like, you know, detoxification, especially, where, you know, the true healing lies, I believe, you want to get away from medical thinking. That's medical thinking. Medical doctors are the ones that always blame every disease on a virus or bacteria. You know, it's the same thing, just a more natural approach, which I don't agree with, because I know, like I've spoken to people that have been on the medical medium protocol for like 2 years now, and they still haven't made a dent in their healing. It's sad, because they could have used that time to detox, but they just didn't want to listen, because some people just find comfort in still eating the foods that they want to eat, you know? So some people, it just takes time for them to realize this. But like I said, I'm not really knocking medical medium down, because I think that what he's doing is great, being able to spread more awareness about the raw foods to the masses, you know? And like I said, more people, your average person will readily take on a diet that still consists of cooked foods than a 100% raw / fruit diet. Now, I want to say, if you are in chronic pain, if you have neurological issues, if you have a long list of symptoms, like a laundry list of hundreds of symptoms, you don't want to mess around. You want to jump straight into detoxification, and you know, so I guess I would say medical medium's diet is a pretty good transitional diet. And for people that start detoxifying, I guess the diet is kind of medical medium-esque, in that for dinner time you still include like some small form of cooked foods with your salad, but then after a week or 2 or 3, like, you want to just eliminate the cooked foods completely, dig deeper. So yeah, I could talk about medical medium and my thoughts on him for a while, but I think that'll do for now. I think that answered the question. And let's see. Yeah. So I think that will do it for today, for tonight, because nighttime already. I'm thirsty. I've been talking, so like before I turn on this camera, guys, I spoke to a client for 3 hours straight on the phone. So I am absolutely parched, but I felt just after a call, like, I feel invigorated to talk to you guys. And today I was like, you know what, let me just do it. Just do it. Lately I've been posting more of like articles and blogs, and if you sign up to the email list on my website, like, you know, you've been noticing I've been releasing more blog posts and educational detoxification posts, and thank you all for your feedback on those. I really appreciate it. I just want to help you guys out, whether that's through video or whether that's through my Instagram posts or my website posts. Like, I just want to keep on creating. Sometimes I feel inspired to do more writing, and sometimes I feel inspired to speak in video. So it may go up and down, but like I said, I'm hoping that well, it'll be for certain that with this new office space, I'll set up, you know, my little YouTube space, YouTube little studio, to be able to sit down and catch up with you guys on a weekly basis. So thank you all so much. If you liked this video, if you enjoyed what I had to say, if it was educational, entertaining, be sure to leave a like on the video. You can share it with whomever you want, and be sure to subscribe. My heart is just continuously pouring out with so much love for anyone on this healing path and healing journey, and especially anyone that's suffering in pain, with disease, with tons of health issues. Like, you know, sometimes I have to pull back a little bit because I start getting emotional just thinking about it. Because I know I suffered so much too in the past before I healed, and I know how hard it can be, and it breaks my heart. But that's why I'm in the healing business, and that's why I'm in the heart-centered business. And I honestly, I give it all. I give my 100% to you guys all the time, to help to see you heal. Okay, so that being said, I love you guys. Take care. Thank you all so much for your beautiful comments and questions too. I read them all, and I do honestly try my best to get back to all of you. So I'll be patient with me if I haven't answered you immediately, but I'll get to you eventually. Okay, so leave your questions down below this video again, so they can be covered in the next videos that will be coming soon. And yeah, it should be a lot of fun. So keep on detoxing, keep on healing yourselves. You're all doing such a fantastic job. I'm so proud of you. Okay, until next time, take care. Bye.